It's time now for our game preview presented by Ticketmaster. I'm here with head coach Kevin Stefanski. Long summer, week one finally here. How exciting does it feel?
You said it, finally here. And I was thinking about being down there in Canton not too long ago at the Hall of Fame game, and the anticipation for that game even was unbelievable in this town and in this state. So to get down there on Sunday at 1, I know the fans are excited. I can promise you the people in this building, players, coaches, staff, we're excited too.
This is your first season opener at home. What are the expectations? Is it a little different than what you're used to?
It is. You'd always rather start at home, always rather be in front of your fans. So we're excited about that. We have a home field advantage for a bunch of different reasons, but being down there on the lake with the weather that comes in, with the fans that we have, I can tell you I can already picture what that Muni lot's going to look like when I get in early and I drive by that Muni lot and it's packed. So I know they'll be ready to go.
It's a long summer of preparation, like you said, very long, right? But what does this start to look like now that you are finally in the regular season and you can put that work onto the field?
Yeah, I think that's the fun part for us as coaches. I know as players, you work a lot in the spring and the summer to put a foundation in, and the guys have done that, and they did everything we asked, whether it be in the weight room or the meeting rooms or out here in the practice field. Now you get into a season where you can start to move pieces around, and we want to put this player here for this reason. That's the fun part of this. So we have a lot of ideas, and like I've mentioned to the coaches and the players, you can't run them all in week one, so you got to make sure you got some ready for week 2. But we're excited about the part of the season where you get to move people around.
Week 1, Cincinnati Bengals. How much of the work this summer has been able to be specifically implemented to this opponent?
Quite a bit, Cam, and it's just so interesting and so rare to have two teams going up against each other, particularly our offense versus their defense. There's just so many reps. There's so much video evidence where you can go back, 3 years and say, this is what they did to us, this is what we did to them. Try to learn from those reps. They're different, we're different like always, but there's a little bit of overload from a rep standpoint, from a number of plays standpoint. You can turn on, hey, let's watch all of our goal line plays versus them, all of our 3rd and 6 plays versus them. So it's very, very rare. You also have to be careful not to have too much information, so you guard against that. But ultimately, I know this, we will have a plan for our guys to be prepared to play and play freely. The more you give players, especially in week 1, I don't think that allows them to play fast.
You guys seem to play the Bengals so well year in and year out. What is it about the game plan or maybe the team that has that strength to be able to take on a high-powered offense and a really strong defense?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because these games and these seasons really do stand on their own merit. What happened last year or the year before, really you don't take it into this game. Having said that, there's certainly things schematically that they do and that we do that we're all curious to see if those things continue to happen. But we have a new defensive coordinator, new defensive system. We have a new special teams coordinator, new special teams system. So there's newness from us as well.
That defense getting to go, their first test is against Joe Burrow, who's on track to play, and that high-powered offense. How big of a test is that?
It's a huge test, and we know going against this offense, you better be prepared. And like you mentioned, with the quarterback that they have, with the multiple guys on the perimeter, tight ends, slot receivers, multiple running backs, they have the ability to try to get the ball in different ways to different people. So it really is a challenge. And I think the message for us is you can't take that away with one coverage. You can't take that away with one blitz. You can't take that away with one player. It really does have to be a group effort.
Are there some guys on the Bengals that you have to have your eye out specifically for?
Well, everything starts with that quarterback. I have a ton of respect for Joe Burrow and what he does. Obviously, Jamar Chase is an explosive player. We've gone against him. We know what he's capable of. Having said that, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, these are good players throughout. So it's hard to put your finger on one guy. I would just tell you it's a very impressive unit, a very impressive attack that they have.
All right, what can we expect from the offense?
Well, I think it's like anything else. You get into week 1 and you want to see how they're playing you. I think we know certainly how they've played us in the past. They have some new players on defense as well. So really midway through the first quarter, as the first quarter ends, you'll have a better feel for what that game is going to entail, and you'll have a better feel for what you may have to pivot towards. So you have to be prepared for everything in week 1 and then really see which game it plays out.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, Cam.